गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः वर्णानामर्थसङ्घानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा सान्त्वस्तमीश्वरं वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणौ वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानौ कवीश्वरकपीश्वरौ उद्भवस्थितिसंहार कारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभां यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं यज्जौरथाहिर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिर्षावतां वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिं नानापुराणनिगमगमसम्मतं यद रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि स्वान्तसुखाय तुलसी रघुनाथ गाथा भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति. And I don't remember which chapter we are on. Which chapter? Ayodhyakand? Yeah. Chapter 3, page 97. 41. Verse 41, huh? Yeah. Page 97. 87, 99, 41. 41. So where are we? सर्वाभरण संपन्नं किरीटकटकोज्ज्वलं कौस्तुभाभरणं श्यामं कन्दर्पशतसुन्दरम् अभिषिक्तं समायातं गजारूढं स्मिताननं श्वेतच्छत्रधरं तत्र लक्ष्मणं लक्षणान्वितं रामं कदा वा द्रक्ष्यामः प्रभातं वा कदा भवेत् इत्युत्सुकधियः सर्वे बभूवु पुरवासिनः. Till here we had done last week, and here all the citizens wondered. He who shall be decorated by all the available ornaments, be adorned by brilliant crown and tiara, as well as a kaustubh mani, a jewel worn by Lord Vishnu on his chest, has a beautiful dark radiant complexion which is akin to hundreds of Kamdev cupids taken together, and who shall have the white ceremonial umbrella held over his head by Lakshman, who is endowed with all the good characters and virtues, when shall we behold him atop an elephant, smiling sweetly? Come for the anointment ceremony. The entire citizens of Ayodhya, they were at the gates of the palace waiting. This is at early in the morning, Prabhat time, when the sun rises. At that time the ceremony was to take place. We are talking about Sri Ramachandra's crowning ceremony, and at that time all the citizens are waiting. Already, for those who are new, the Kaikai has already asked her two boons. One boon was that her son should immediately be crowned as the king or the crown prince, with the same arrangement that is been made for Sri Ramchandra ji. And the second boon was that Sri Ram should be sent to the forest for 14 years, tutsvik, straight away. And how? Not with the princely clothes. He has to wear barks and animal skin, make the jata on his head, and then go away from the palace. These were her conditions. And listening to these conditions, the King Dasharath, he became exasperated and he fainted. All night he was crying for Ram, Ram, but because Kaikai had taken a vow. Why? Because Saraswati was sitting on her tongue that until and unless I do not get these two boons fulfilled, till then I am going to continue to remain on the floor in a disheveled manner, without any ornaments and hair disheveled, etc., which is uncomely for the favorite queen, for the favorite queen. And at that, just the scene after that is that all the people are waiting. This has happened early in the morning, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and all the people are waiting at the gate, waiting for such a Ram. Last week, if you want, you can listen on the YouTube. We explained for these people what Ram is. And that Ram, who is the Maryada Purushottam, for such who brings joy to everyone's heart. He brought joy to Kaikai's heart also. But what to do? There is a greater purpose to be achieved, which is, if Ramchandraji does not go to forest, how will Ravan get killed? If he gets lost in the kingdom and family life, my wife, my children, then who will kill Ravan? He will create a havoc out there. So all the gods, as I told you last week, all the gods approached Brahmaji and took permission from him, and then went to Saraswati and asked Saraswati that we have taken permission from Brahmaji, please go and sit on the tongue of Manthara, and then after that again sit on the tongue of Kaikai and ask and do whatever is required, so that our Ramchandraji moves, goes out of the kingdom, leaves the goodies of the palace, and for what he has been born. Why is he born? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Why does God take incarnation on the earth? Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the sadhus. Meaning, sadhus means what? Not only in these clothes, all those who are devoted to God, all those who are in satsang, all those who are in pure in heart and mind, all those people who are just doing their duties, they not corrupt, not manipulative, such are sadhus. Sadhu does not want bad of anyone else. This is the basic disposition of a sadhu. So, to protect such people, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, and to destroy the evil people, dharma sansthapanarthaya, and re-establish, because the evil people are destroying the dharma, destroying the culture. For example, for 1200 years, our country, India, Bharat, was conquered by the Muslims for 900 years. 300 years by the British. Systematically they destroyed the the Sanatan Dharma. They tried to. But throughout the journey, from 9th century till today, throughout this journey of 1200 years, so many saints and sages have come who have re-established Sanatan Dharma. It has not gone out of existence. It can never go out of existence. Why? Sanatan means eternal. Dharma means righteousness, you can say. That is very general meaning. Duty is another word, that is also very limited meaning. Depends upon where you each one of are sitting. If you are sitting, mother, so the moment I said mother, I didn't say whose, but she said yes. So what is her dharma? To be mother, isn't it? In the kitchen cooking, yeah, my dharma is to cook. Right now what is my dharma? My dharma, to speak. What is your dharma? To listen attentively, and my dharma is to speak so that you can understand, and or either I make you understand or I get you confused completely. Both is possible. But so when your dharma is about your body, then what happens? When your attention is, so right now your attention was on your children, so the dharma of mother came out. If your attention is on the body, what dharma will come out? Yoga, gym, walking, cycling, keeping yourself fit. If your attention is on the mind, then what dharma will come out? That I want a beautiful mind. You saw that movie called Beautiful Mind? That they talked about beautiful mind, but he was totally confused. You saw that movie, Beautiful Mind? Thank God. So, that is if our attention is on the mind, how do we make our mind beautiful? If our dharma is, when we think we are the mind, then how do I make my mind nice, wonderful, beautiful, loving, empathetic, compassionate? Many people are not even able to sleep at night. Just yesterday I met Swamiji, I don't sleep at night. Arre, aise kaise? And she does puja every day. How? So how do you make your mind beautiful? Only doing ritual. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्रमा. अरे बहुत अच्छी मकराना मार्बल की स्टैचू है, मकराना मार्बल का हनुमान जी है. Where is devotion here? Your attention is on the marble. It's not on the Lord. You understand? So when you are doing the ritual, your dharma is to be one with whom you are praying to. See? Then sacrifice comes. Mom is taking care of the children, so she sacrifices her time, her happiness, her sleep, her comfort for the sake of the children, isn't it? So when we are doing puja, are we sacrificing our ego for the sake of the Lord? We just do it. कितने लोग इकट्ठे हो गए? How many people we have collected? It's a showbiz. Similarly, for the mind, how do we make our mind beautiful? We make our mind beautiful by thinking about that which is beautiful. Who is the most beautiful? The divine, the Parma, the supreme being, the infinite reality. Call him Jesus, call him Ram, call him Krishna, call him Allah, whatever. For every religion, they have the freedom. Which one is dear to you? You keep thinking of him, your mind will automatically become beautiful. I gave this example last week. If someone wants to learn how to moonwalk, they will watch videos of Michael Jackson again and again and again and again, and they will start doing it. आजकल वो कौन सा वो डांस चलता है, वो यूं 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 करके करते हैं ना. What do you call it? The children are doing it, you know. They floss. So what is the new one? What is the new one then? So anyway, that floss or whatever. So they must have seen, their children I've seen on video, they keep talking and very quickly they catch it. Why? They have full attention on that, isn't it? So when our mind has full attention on the divine, whatever your form of divine or no form, it could be Hanumanji, it could be Ram, it could be whoever. Automatically all those qualities, they start percolating in our mind and heart. And naturally, without trying, as long as you have love and faith for the higher, who is complete, those qualities start expressing through you. When your attention is on the intellect, not on the mind now, on the intellect, then what do? Now it's no longer God. It's now who am I? In the intellect, the I appears. So who am I? Am I the consciousness? Am I this individual consciousness? Or am I the infinite one? Or I am the total one? Or I am the infinite one? So consciousness is same. But am I the total consciousness? As an individual consciousness, I will have only problems in life. Some successes, some challenges. Some successes, some failures. Some joys, some sorrows. This is how I will go through in life. But if I am in the total, if my consciousness is total consciousness, what is total consciousness? Which includes all the consciousness. So, will I go through joys and sorrows? No. Will I go through ups and downs? No. Why? Everything I am. Just like the ocean says, all the waves are in me and I am in all the waves. So, no joys, no sorrows, no loss, no gain. This is total. And you go further up. That is, total also happens by grace. Going beyond the total also happens by grace alone. When you are thinking about it. So, are we, the ultimate is absolute. Water, wave is the individual like you and me. Ocean is the God who is the total personality. And water, which is the basis, which is the constant, which is the substratum of the ocean as well as the water. There are many oceans, there are many gods. There are many waves, there are many individuals. But water is one. So when we come to that one indivisible principle, that is the ultimate. I'm talking about, don't forget the topic. We are talking about dharma. So in 5 minutes, I explain to you from all levels. Now you take whichever suits you. So this Ramchandra ji, all the people are waiting for that, their beloved. From childhood, he has only brought joy to their life. Just merely looking at him brings their mind to peace. We look at our wife, we look at our children, what happens to our mind? Little bit peace, many pieces. But when we look at Ramchandra ji, what goes through our mind? What an elegance! What perfect man! So in this manner, all these they are thinking, where is this Ram? Why has he not come yet? Why has Lord Ram or Sri Ram not come yet? He should be on an elephant, and the elephant must be just entering. It's already time. Sun is about to rise. The ceremony has to happen, and we are eager to look, but he is nowhere to be seen. When will that auspicious dawn occur? When you are eager, when you are desiring something. कभी भूख लगी है? When भूख लगी और खाना नहीं है तो कैसे लगता है कि अब भी चाहिए? And that time, if food is not ready, what happens? All the chips get over, all the peanuts get over, all the popcorns get over. Whatever you get, you keep putting. Not healthy, but we do that, isn't it? All junk we eat. So here the urgency is there in them to set their eyes on their beloved Ram. In this manner, the mind, heart, and intellect of all the subjects of the kingdom were extremely eager and excited. Now, see, their whole being is waiting for, by body, heart, and mind, they are waiting for the Lord, for Sri Ram. See, they are not just physically available. So, question is, am I only physically talking? Are you only physically listening? Or are we here as body, mind and spirit? We are available to the satsang. Are you also by body, mind and spirit available to the satsang? Then magic happens. Then and then alone magic happens. Complete integration has to be there. Integration of body, mind and spirit. When your body, mind and spirit is integrated, my body, mind and spirit is one, fully involved in this topic, both of us meet. This is the benefit of satsang. In Vedanta, it is called consciousness meets consciousness. Spirit meets the spirit. Don't take it down. Mind can meet down. Body doesn't meet body. नहीं तो अरे बॉडी सबको हक करते रहो, पागल हो जाओगे. Let's continue from the 42nd verse. नेदानीम् उत्थितो राजा किमर्थं चेति चिन्तयन् सुमन्तः शनकैः प्रायाद् यत्र राजावतिष्ठते वर्षयन् जयशब्देन प्रणमन् शिरसा नृपम् अतिखिन्नं नृपं दृष्ट्वा कैकेयीं समपृच्छत. About this time, the senior minister Sumantra was there, right hand man of our King Dasharath, wondered why the king had not got up from his sleep yet. He doesn't know that the king is in the anger room. In the anger room, our Kaikeyi was lying, and he was told that Kaikeyi has gone to the anger room. And when he went there, all the story which I told you before. So why has he not? Because everyone is oblivious of what has happened in the 1.5 hour, whatever has happened there. And he went silently to the palace to inquire. See, people are waiting outside for Ramchandra ji. Inside, the time is ready. The auspicious time is approaching. By this time, with what excitement King Dasharath was making sure of all the arrangements. With that same excitement, he should be up by now and getting guiding everyone for the ceremony. But he is nowhere to be seen. Having reached there, he saluted the king, saying, "Glory to you," and bowed before him. Seeing the king most remorseful and worried, he asked Kaikeyi. Now, when he went to the palace, he was not, he couldn't, must have told him they are in the anger room. He went there, he bowed. Where is the king lying? On the floor. Where is Kaikeyi lying? On the floor. How is the king? Almost unconscious. What is he speaking? Ram, Ram, Ram. And what is Kaikeyi doing? Waiting for the king to say, okay, I grant you the boons. But Dasharath ji has not said it yet. Therefore, she is still obstinate, waiting for the king to grant her the boons. And because king is not answering, he is almost unconscious, so he asks Kaikeyi, Devi Kaikeyi Vardhaswa Kim Raja Drushyate Nyadha Tamaha Kaikeyi Raja Ratrau Nidram Nalamba Labdhavan Rama Rameti Rameti Ramamevanuchintayan Prajagarena Vairaja Hraswastha Vivalakshate Ramamanaya Shighram Tvam Raja Drashtumi Hechati. O Devi Kaikeyi, he says, Devi Kaikeyi Vardhaswa Kim Raja Drushyate Nyatha Tamaha Kaikeyi Raja Ratrau Nidrana Labdhavan. He says, why is our, he says, he never talked to the favorite queen as Kaikeyi, hey, because he was elder. But he said, oh Devi Kaikeyi, why is the king looking so disturbed and remorseful and perturbed? At this, Kaikeyi replied, what did she say? Ratro nidramna labdhavan. The king is looking like this because he didn't sleep the whole night. And today the king did not get any sleep last night. Then Rama Rameti Rameti Rama Mevanu Chintayan. The whole night he kept repeating Ram 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 Ram. Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. It's a very famous mantra of Rama Raksha Stotram. Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. या माइंड मनोरमा, मनोरमा वो मोटी वाली मनोरमा नहीं, बॉलीवुड की. मनोरम मीन्स लिटरली मन रमा. What you call? Engage your mind in enjoying the chanting or remembering the name Ram with love, with faith. Manorama means your mind must get intoxicated in the name of Ram. So here she says, the whole night he kept on repeating Ram, 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 as if in a delirious trance. Now, why she is talking like that? Because he did not answer, he has not, Hariom Kuti, darshan dene ke liye dhanyavad. Don't lock it. इधर आ जाओ, इधर जगह है, थोड़ा आगे हो जाओ. Since he kept awake, he looks like sick, ill at ease today. The king wishes to Sri Ram. Hence, you go and bring him here immediately. Ram Rameti Rameti Ramamevanuchintayan Prajagarena Vairaja Raswastha Iva Lakshate. That's why because he has not slept, he is looking disheveled and tired. Now he wants to meet Ram. Ram amanaya shighram tvam. You go and call Ram immediately because he wants to meet Ram. Raja drashtum iha ichhati. Drashtum, he wants to see. Whom? Sri Ram. Ichhati, desires. See? How? She doesn't say that this condition of the king is because of her. Puts it on. And she is very smart because now she knows that if king doesn't, my Ram will certainly say, grant me my boons. So call Sri Ram. Continuing. Ashrutva rajavachanam katham gacchami bhamina tachrutva mantrino vakyam raja mantrinam abravit sumantra ramam drakshami shigramanaya sundaram ityuktastvaritam gatva sumantro rama mandiram. Ayodhyakand chapter 3 verse number 47, 46, 47. O noble lady Bhamini, how can I go without the king's permission? Hearing these words of the minister, the king said, O Sumantra, I want to see Sri Ram, who is an image of beauty and charm. See, even in that condition, King Dashratha's mind has been taken over by Sri Ram from the moment of his birth. See? What is our mind taken over by? Fake jewelry. What is that? Swarovski. Is that? Or the nice clothes. Oh, this color. Oh, that color. Oh, there. Or my room, my bed. Some people, they can't sleep without their pillow or their sheet. They can't sleep. They have to take it with them if they have to go somewhere. Then also they complain that, yeah, I got the pillow and the sheet, but I don't have the mattress. Achha, bring it next time. अभी क्या बोल सकते हैं? क्या बोल सकते हैं? पता नहीं तुमको मिले कि नहीं, मुझे तो बहुत टकरा है ऐसे. In Melbourne also. They have to go back to their room. Why? I need my pillow, I need my bed, I need my duna. What attachment? To what? Is that going to give you? That's only going to give you ignorant sleep. But if you have this same level of attachment, if you have it with the Lord, what will it give you? Eternal wakefulness. Eternal wakefulness. You will merge into Him. See? So here he says, go and call Sri Ram. Where are we? Bring him here soon. As soon as the king said so, Sumantra proceeded to the palace of Sri Ram. So here it is not told he went to the palace of Sri Ram. You see, sometimes I'm not covering every point of this thing. Here he says, ityuktastvaritam, what is ityuktastvaritam gatva sumantro Ram mandiram. He did not go to the palace of Sri Ram. He went to the temple of Sri Ram. कितना सुंदर भाव है. This is showing Maharishi Vedvyas, who composed this Adhyatma Ramayana. For your information, what was the first Ramayana called? Valmiki Ramayana. It was written by sage Valmiki, Maharishi Valmiki. This one is called Adhyatma Ramayana. It is written by Maharishi Vedvyas. Afterwards, another Ramayana was written in the 5th century or so, 8th century, not 8th century, what 15th century. And that was written by Tulsi Das, and that was called as Tulsi Ramayana. And there are many others also. If you remember, in the beginning or sometime in the last few classes, I told you, Valmiki, Maharishi Valmiki, he wrote Valmiki Ramayana as a observation of the facts that were happening at that moment. He was like a historian writing what is taking place. Our Maharishi Vedvyas, why did he write? He took that story of Ramayana, which is a historical fact, which is about 20,000 years ago, and his job was to wake everyone up. He composed the Vedas, he composed the Puranas, he didn't compose the Vedas, he brought them together, he wrote the Puranas, he wrote the Mahabharata, and he also did this work. He took that same Valmiki Ramayana and how we can spiritually awaken by reading the Ramayana. And same Ramayana then again was written by Tulsidas ji, because all this is in Sanskrit. At that time, as I told you, in 15th century, 14th century, 13th century, a lot of atrocities were going on. So how do we wake up? Saint's job is only one, to wake up people, give them some hope. So what, only Sanskrit was there, Pandits were getting killed left, right and center. At that time Tulsidas ji came about, and by divine, and he was himself a Sanskrit scholar. He was running a Sanskrit school, Vedic school. In spite of that, he got an inspiration by Lord Shiva to write the entire Ramayana in the local language, the same language as we chanted Hanuman Chalisa. And there was so much opposition to it, so much opposition. And yet, today, nobody remembers Vyas's Adhyatma Ramayana. Nobody wants to read the big volume of Valmiki Ramayana, because it doesn't have all the joy that you get out of chanting and listening to the story, to the Tulsi Ramayana. You don't get the same joy by reading Valmiki Ramayana. Why? It is more factual. So just some extra information for you. Yeah, and then Avarita pravishtoyam tvaritam ramam abravit shigramagatcha bhadram te rama rajiva lochana piturgeham maya sardham raja tvam drashtumicchati ityukto ratamaruhya sambrahmatvarito mayayau. Avarita pravishtoyam tvaritam ramam abravit. He entered the palace without any objection, because everyone knew who the Sumantra is. He is the prime minister. And guards did not stop him, and straight away he went to the room of, because remember, Ram and Sita were told by sage Vashishta, don't eat anything, maintain fast and don't sleep at night. Why? That is the tapasya for the morning coronation. So straight away he went to Sri Ram and he said, Shigram agaccha bhadram te. Quickly come with me. And who is to te Rama Rajiva Lochana? To which Ram? The one with the lotus-eyed Ram. He said, come with me immediately. Even there he doesn't say just Ram. There also Rajiva Lochana. O lotus-eyed Ram, Shigram agaccha, Piturgeham maya sardham raja tvam drashtumicchati. Bless you with all welfares and auspiciousness. Accompany me soon to your father's place, for the king wishes to meet you immediately, without any delay. Ityukto rathamaruhya sambhramatvarito yayau. Hearing this, immediately Ramchandraji was already, he didn't go to sleep, so he didn't change into pajamas. In pictures they always show, how they show? They are sleeping with all the ornaments on. Have you seen all the movies? यार पजामे भी पहनते होंगे वो, night dhoti. So Ramchandra, so if we take the movies, he's ever ready. Okay, let's go. No change of dress required. So he immediately climbs onto the chariot with and accompanies Sumantra. Immediately mounted the chariot and headed for the father's palace. Rama Sarathina Sardham Lakshmanena Samanvitaha Madhyakakshe Vashishtadin Pashyanneva Tvaranvitaha Pitu Samipam Sangamya Nanamacharanau Pituhu Ramamalingitum Raja Samutthaya Sasambhramaha Bahu Prasarya Rameti Dukkhan Madhye Papataha Ha Heti Ramastam Gram Alingyanke Nyaveshayata. Accompanied by his charioteer and Lakshman. So Sumantra, he did not climb onto Sumantra's chariot. Sumantra went on his chariot. Ramchandraji mounted his chariot along with Lakshman, because Lakshman is his shadow. That's it. So Lakshman also goes, and along with Lakshman, Sri Ram showed his regards to sage Vashishta and offers assembled at the central gate by merely bowing before them from a distance while still on the move. Remember, all the people were gathered at the gate to welcome Sri Ram, who is supposed to be coming on the elephant. But here Ramchandraji is coming in the chariot, and he didn't even wait to acknowledge everyone. Just one nod here and there, and the chariot is going fast. Merely by bowing them from a distance and still on the move, he did not slow down the chariot to talk to them or ask their welfare, and hastily reached his father and bowed before his feet. Naturally, when he went to the anger room, in his mind the thought must have come, no, that why dad is in anger room, why mother is in anger room. But let's see what happens. He bows down at his feet, and at that moment, as soon as the king stood up, Ramamalingitum Raja Samutthaya Sasabhramaha Bahu Prasarya Rameti Dukkhan Madhye Papataha. At that moment, as soon as the king stood up and extended his arms eagerly to embrace Sri Ram, he stopped in the middle and muttered, Ah Ram, and slumped down to the ground. This is what happens now. Kab, when we are in extreme pain. When we are in extreme pain, isn't it? Or your knees are bad and you have to go to loo. Chalo, utke jana. Because pressure is calling you, or pressure is making you get up. You get up, but the knees are not there fit. लुढ़क गए. होता है क्या नहीं? मेरे साथ तो हुआ है. So he is in so much pain and agony that the moment he sees Ram, he wants to, but his body is not supporting. This is, all those youngsters, you don't understand this. You come to our age, mind is saying, do this, do that, climb the mountain, go to the Dandenong 1,000 steps, but body says, hey, enough. It will take you to the 1,000 steps. After 3 steps, it will say, hey, let's go back, man. Enough. Today I did 3 steps, Okay, enough. So he stopped in the middle and cried. He didn't say it with joy. He said, Ram! Out of agony and pain, as if suddenly the solace has come, some support has come, and he's crying out to his eternal support. For Dasharath-ji, Sri Ram is the eternal support. And slumped down to the ground. Then Sri Ram lamented aloud in confusion and perplexity, saying, oh, alas, alas, and hurriedly embraced him and picked him up onto his lap. So father is still lying, but his head is on the lap of Sri Ramchandraji. Imagine what an auspicious moment that Ramchandraji was going to be crowned, and what is he seeing? His father is crying, his father is in pain, he is lying on the floor, and he has been called in a hurry, and he's just... But remember one thing, what has Ram learnt in life? After Yoga Vasisht, what has he learnt? Never to be fazed by any event in life. What is life? What is life? Ups and downs, isn't it? Is it always a straight line? Straight line is only comes when you are dead. You see the machine? That is only. Otherwise, if you are alive, what is show? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Zinda hai. He's alive. Isn't it? So life is ups and downs. And when he was 16 years old, and did I tell you about it? I told, but for these, all the newcomers, you also listen. When he was 16 years old and all the 4 brothers have finished their studies, the father said, boys, you have finished your studies, you have come back to the palace, now it's time for you to see the Ayodhya, what is the land of which you are going to be ruling. So all the 4 brothers went on the chariots together, all over their country. And all the other brothers, Lakshman was always with Ramchandraji, but Shatrughna and Bharat, they were spending lot of time in building, granting money, building roads, building rest houses, digging wells, starting schools, helping those who needed help, and all this was going on. And what was Ramchandraji doing? Ramchandraji was going to the monasteries, ashrams, speaking to the wise men, asking them the secret of life, what is the purpose of life, what should I be doing, or not I, what should a person be doing in life, what is the purpose of being born as a human being. And this way he was asking, and he got the answers, which we have told you also in many classes. And eventually when he comes back after 6 months of travel around the kingdom, he is totally confused. Because when you are in satsang, 2 things happen. Right now, you are detached from all your serials. You are detached from your movies. Where are you? In satsang. Ramchandraji was in satsang. Satsang always reminds you of the greater potential, the highest goal. Now, if that is the highest goal, Ramchandraji started thinking, then there's no point in being the king, there's no point having all this wealth, there's no point in ruling the kingdom, blah, blah, blah. And he became so nonplussed in his mind, complete dispassion about anything. He did not eat food also for 10 days. He did not take bath for 10 days. He locked up himself in the room and he did not open the room even for his parents. And after 10 days of deliberation, they called sage Vashishta, their guru, and he called, Ram. Immediately he opened. I know you have all the questions. First take shower. I told you, I think. Take your shower, eat food, rest. Now ask the questions. And 18,000 verses are there. Question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. After that, Ramchandra ji is realized. He has got no doubt. He completely knows who he is. And from that, after that he gets married. After that he kills Putana. No, not Putana. What is that? No. एक और उसकी मम्मी का नाम क्या? ताड़का. Always the woman is killed first. Not derogatorily. Here the woman represents the what you call the negative power, the sattva, rajas, tamas. Sa from sattva, ra from rajas, and sattva, rajas, ta from tamas. Satara को join कर दो तो क्या होता है? स्त्री. That is स्त्री. इसलिए सबसे पहले कृष्ण ने ताड़का को मारा, रामचंद्र जी ने क्या नहीं, यहाँ पे फिर उल्टा हो गया है. रामचंद्र जी ने ताड़का को मारा, and Krishna killed Putana. That was the reason. Don't take it in the wrong. Why woman liberation? Why I am going to kill man first? Not like that. That is not the reason. See, so that Ramchandra ji, who knows that he is the infinite spirit, he is unfazed by events. He is unfazed by ups and downs of life. So at any given moment, he is ever equanimous. And here he is coming into his father's anger chamber, where his father and his stepmother is lying on the floor. He is still unfazed. He is watching. Okay. Yes, thoda to disturbance hoega hi na, but it's not to shake him up completely. So, and hurriedly embraced him and picked him up onto his lap. Rajanam murchitam drishtva चुक्रु सर्वयोषितः किमर्थं रोदनमिति वसिष्ठोऽपि समाविशत् राम पप्रच्छ किमिदं राज्ञो दुःखस्य कारणम् एवं पृच्छति रामेसा कैकेयी राममब्रवीत् त्वमेव कारणं यत्र राज्ञो दुःखोपशान्तये किंचित् कार्यं त्वया रामं कर्तव्यं नृपतेर्हितम्. See, seeing the king in an unconscious state, because the king called, "Hey Ram," and he didn't have the energy, he was psychologically drained, mentally drained, physically drained. होता है ना कभी कभी. When someone has passed away, that time people feel that way. They just don't have any energy. Rajanam murchitam drushtva, having seen his father in an unconscious state, chukrushu sarvayoshitaha, and kimartham rodanamiti vashishtopi samavishata. So, having seen the father, the king in the unconscious state, all the women of the royal household began weeping and wailing. Who are these? Royal, what do you call? All the women folk. There is all the ladies from the palace, all the helpers and the servants, but mainly Kausalya and Sumitra. No, Kaikeyi is in the room. She's got all the plans, but Kaikeyi, Kausalya and Sumitra. I think Kausalya and Sumitra, but story further will tell. They have not taken the name of Kausalya and Sumitra. They are just saying all the women. So it could be that it's only all the other ladies of the palace. And began weeping and wailing, wondering, Kimarthan Rodom, and wondering what was the cause of these loud wailings. Sage Vashishta also reached there from the central gate. When he heard all this, in India, you can hire the crying people in India. If someone dies, उसका तो कोई भी नहीं है और ये चिल्ला रही है. They are beating their chest and making all their hair. You should see on YouTube. Professional wailers. Rajasthan, Punjab. Professional wailers. Good money. You can do here. You don't have to do only cry. You anyway cry. Do it and make money out of it. Professional wailing. And they roll on, they roll on the floor and they're pulling their hair. The more dramatic you are, the more money you can demand. So, Sage Vashishta, who was busy organizing the ceremony, he heard where is this crying sound coming from, and seeking the source, he also comes to the room, the anger room, Kopa Bhavan it is called, and in the where are we? In the 54th verse he says, Rama papracha kimidam rajnyo dukkhasya karanam. He says, he asked Ramchandraji, Sri Ram asked Kaikai, what is the reason for the king's misery and agony? Why is he in so much pain? Why is he unconscious? Why is he crying out in this manner? Rajnyaha meaning king, dukkhasya karanam, the reason for his misery. Evam pruchhati ramesa kaikai ramam abravit. And when Ramchandraji asked in this manner, Kaikai replied, Ramam abravit. And what did she say? Tvameva karanam yatra rajnyo dukkhopashantaye kinchit karyam tvaya rama kartavyam nrupa terhitam. What does Kaikai say? She doesn't say that I said it. She says, you are the cause of the problem of your father. There you go. This is called manipulation. Oh Sri Ram, you are the cause of the king's agonies and misery. And you will have to do something which pleases him in order to be calm and bring down his mental agony and turmoil and anguish which is causing him so much distress. You are the cause. Dekho. She clearly knows that the king will never say to Ram, go to the forest. King has already said, right now I will make Bharat the king of, Ram will be happy to let go of his being the king. He will be more happy for Bharat to be the king. But don't send Ram to forest. But she knows he will never say that to Ram. So she says, you are the cause of his agony. Dekho. Kuru satya pratignastvam rajanam satyavadinam rajnya. Why am I going like this? Rajnya varadvayam dattam mama santushta chetasa tvadadhinam tu sattat sarvam vaktum tvam lajjate nrupaha satyapashena sambaddham pitaram tratumarhasi. What is she telling? Same thing she told, that you are belonging to the Raghuvansh. And what is the rule of the Raghuvansh? O king, pran jai par vachan na jai. That you are belonging to that lineage which once they give a vow, they even are ready to give their life for fulfilling that vow. Now she is telling the same thing to Sri Ram. And she says what? Kuru satya pratignastvam rajanam satyavadinam. She says, you are steadfast in upholding truth and you should make the king stick to his vows. So you are also belonging to the same Raghuvansha clan, where the life is lived on the basis of truth. Now this is not only for King Dasharath and Crown Prince Ram. It is for us also. Our life must also, the foundation is truth. And what does truth mean? What does truth mean?
We are not the body.
No. This is not about not the body. Truth means Arjun was truthful, straightforward. Call a spade, not beating around the bush. Like, Mummy, you are very beautiful. You are my favoriteest, more than Daddy. Mummy knows. What do you want, beta? है ना? Yes, चालू बनता है. This is manipulating mother. This is not being straightforward. So, truthfulness is where what is, you speak that. Your words, when we are truthful in our life, our words carry weight. Last week, I think I talked about Satyam ya Satya Sankalp. No, it was in some other class. When we are truthful every moment of our life, then our words carry weight. When like our one mother came with a child to Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahams from Belur Mutt in Calcutta, and she said, Swami, please tell my son not to eat gulab jamun. He didn't say. Everyone is asking, he's doing. He didn't say. He said, come after 2 weeks. And she had come from long distance, but because she had faith, she came after 2 weeks and told Bhagwan, please tell him. He said, yeah, hey, don't eat gulab jamun, it's not healthy for you. And the child said, okay. And he didn't eat. And the mother is thinking, first time I spent so much money, so much effort I came. Baba, why didn't you tell me that time? Why did you tell him now? He says, because I had to practice not eating gulab jamun for 2 weeks. See, now my words carry weight. Because they used to feed him. It is not gulab jamun, it used to be rasgulla. So people used to feed rasgulla to Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahans to bring him down to earth. He was always in divine ecstasy. So to bring him down so that they can ask questions and he can answer them, they used to put rasgulla into his mouth. So he didn't eat for 2 weeks. क्या हो गया? कुर्सी चाहिए? आ जाओ. पीछे देख के, पीछे फल पड़े हैं कहीं. हाँ. So he has pleased to give me 2 boons. Rajnya varadvayam dattam mama santushta chetasa. To please my mind. Santushta, to make my chetasa. Chetasa is mind. Santushta is content. To make my mind content, he has promised me 2 boons. And Twadadhinam tu tat sarvam vaktum tvam lajjate nrupaha. But the success of or the implementation of those 2 boons are in your control, it is in your hands. It is only you who can help him to fulfill his vows. Everything is put into the lap of Ramchandra ji. And see how beautifully Ramchandra ji will answer. King, because of his attachment to Ram, he could not utter those words and say, go, I give you those 2 boons. But if he had known Sri Ramchandra ji, on his behalf he could have done that. But he loves Ramchandra ji not as the Lord. He loves Ramchandra ji as his son. Lesson for you. मौका मिलते ही चाबी लगा देनी चाहिए. हाँ, अभी आया. It's sunk in now. Only you can help him fulfill his vows. Satyapashena sambaddham pitaram tratum arhasi. But you should, the king appears to hesitate to tell them to you himself. But you should protect your father who has been entangled in the snare created by his truth, by this truth. He is in a great dilemma, he is in a great conundrum and does not know what to do. It is true. He does not know what to do. This was the condition of the King Dasharath. On one hand, Pran jai par vachan na jai. He has given the vows and to his wife, and now that wife wants to encash those, he is finding himself incapable of granting those two boons. Would it have been easier for him to grant those boons if it was about Bharat or Lakshman or Shatrughna? Yes. But Sri Ram, no. As much as he loves Sri Ram, that much, or similarly, other brothers also love Sri Ram. That much, even Kaikeyi loves Sri Ram. Then why is she uttering these words? Why? Because Saraswati has come and sat on her tongue and making her speak those words, because all the story behind the gods have asked because they want Ramchandraji to go. Because if Ramchandraji doesn't go to the forest, how will all the gods become monkeys and come and helping? See? How will the god come and help him? उनका भी तो selfishness है ना, that they, to think of God. See, when you, which is that, if you, in Keno Upanishad, one of the Upanishads, the story goes that the gods defeated the asuras, the bad people, the evil forces, I should say. So the good forces, divine forces defeated the undivine forces. And when they defeated, they were full of themselves in the heaven. Oh, I killed him. The fire god said, I killed those people. Without me, the victory would not have been possible. The air god said, because the universe is made up of what? Space, air, fire, water, earth, and sun, moon, and all the planets, etc. So all those are gods. So they are saying, it is because of me. Someone says it's because of me. Did you see how I chopped him off, how I killed him? And each one is saying. At that time, the infinite reality, suddenly from the space, a sound came. Oh, you all did. Let me see who can destroy this blade of grass. And in the heaven, they found one blade of grass hanging in the air, and earth cannot destroy it. Water, he went, he could not destroy it, he could not drown it, he couldn't wash it away also. The blade of grass was hanging where it was. Varuna Devata, water is Varuna Devata. Varuna Devata, तेरे को क्या आता? कुछ नहीं आता. I am fire god, I can burn the whole world. And he went first 10-degree fire, 100-degree fire, 1,000-degree fire, million-degree fire. But the blade of grass not even gets caught. It was as fresh as ever. Came back. Then wind god went. I told you, we won against the undivine forces because of me. You can't even destroy a blade of grass. He went. Storm, tornado, this, that, blade of grass is as it is. Nothing happened. Who is their king? Who is the king of heaven? Indra. Indra. He is the king of the heavens. He is the master of all these demigods. So he said, you buggers, you are good for nothing. I'll go. And when he was walking towards the blade of grass, he felt that all my powers, all my generals, they could not do anything. It must be there is something here. I have to be careful. So he goes there, and when he goes there, he looks at it, and when he looks at it, he is neither trying to destroy the blade of grass, but he is trying to work out how come this blade of grass is still fresh in spite of all the attacks that all the other gods have done. And he's thinking in this time, he's available, that there is some higher power. He became available to the higher power. He's thinking, Indra means the god of mind. So he's thinking, and at that time, the goddess, the Shakti, the power, she comes. She says, that was the Lord himself. So you can never destroy him. See? You can never destroy him. So similarly, here, the king appeared, where are we? Now, the Kaikai, the king appears to hesitate to tell them to you himself, but you should protect your father who has been entangled in the snare created by this truth. He is in a great dilemma. So that, like that king, there are two options. When you are in a dilemma, when you are in a conundrum, when you are in confusion, what do you do when you are in confusion? You drink Coke? You go to sleep? You watch a movie? Or you want to do something so that you don't worry about that confusion, isn't it? You want to distract your mind from that confusion and then revisit it again, isn't it? That's what we normally do. Yeah. In the older, when we were young, what we used to do? Smoke. Confusion, blow it away in the smoke. Some people drink to calm their minds, beer or whatever. So these are all options available. What did the king do? He succumbed to the confusion. Many people you have come across, maybe it has happened to you also. If you succumb to the confusion and keep thinking about it without making yourself distracted from that confusion, it leads to sadness, it leads to deeper confusion, leads to depression. This is what is happening to the king. Yet there is another option. What is the option? When you have a confusion, you surrender it to the higher. What has Dashrath done? Call Sri Ram. He is God himself. He doesn't know that, but he's got a divine birth. He says, call Sri Ram. Whenever you are in confusion, like when I went to Kailash, you must have come in that trip. Were you there when Dr. Warrior was there? No. So he came, Dr. Warrior from Kauf Sahaba. His devotion is completely for Hanumanji. And anything happens, if he forgets his stick somewhere, Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijmana Mukuru Sudari, he will find his stick. He was sitting in the bed, we were in Mansarovar, no oxygen, very less oxygen, 60% oxygen available, and we are there. He's 70 years old, and he's lying next to me in the bed, and the moment I get up, first question, Swamiji, have you seen my lens for my camera? I said, lens in the camera? I can't breathe, man. So I got up, brushed my teeth. I said, okay, let me first get my senses, So I went, brushed my teeth, freshened myself, came back. Okay, what do you want? No, I'm looking for it everywhere. I can't find it. I looked for it, turned the doona over, under the bed, here, there, everywhere. I said, no. He says, okay, you go. I said, no, we have to search. You must have dropped it somewhere. No, I have not dropped it. I saw it last night. But where has it gone? And then it was breakfast time. I am in charge, so I have to I organize everyone to come and have their breakfast before we leave. So I went to organize that. He says, you go, my Hanumanji will find it. I said, what do you mean by Hanumanji will find it? And he sat down on his bed. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nijamana Mukur Sudhari Baranau Raghuvar Bimala Jasu Jodaya Kafalachari. And he started chanting. And while he's chanting, first he sat down and did, and then while chanting, he's looking for it, and he found it. He says, even when I am doing, he's a surgeon. Anytime he's doing surgeon, in his mind, Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raj is going on. That much faith he has in God, in Hanumanji. Not anyone else, only him. Dasharat ji has in Shri Ram. Who does Hanumanji have faith in? Shri Ram. He never says, I did anything. He says, Ramchandraji made me do it. He made me jump across the ocean. He made me burn the Lanka. He made me do this. He made me do that. I didn't do anything. I am only a sevak. I am only a servant. When this type of attitude is maintained, our mind becomes confusion free. Now, the moment Dasharath ji is called Sri Ram, now Sri Ram ji is come, he will also become confusion free. Yes, the result will be not what he wants. That's why he gives up his life or he passes away. But confusion will be cleared. He is dying, he dies because of the separation, because of the pain of separation. The king appears to hesitate to tell them to you himself. Kaikeyi is telling Sri Ram, the king is hesitating. She's not even saying my husband. He's saying the king is hesitating to tell you himself. But you should protect the words of your father because you are from the same clan, Raghuvansh. And because he is caught up in this conundrum, you can only help him get out of this dilemma. Putra shabdena chaitidha narakatrayate pita ramasyoditam shrutva shulena bihato yatha vyathita kaikeyim praha kim mameva prabhashase pitrarthe jivitam dasye पिबेयं विषमुल्बणं सीतां त्वक्ष्येथ कौसल्यां राज्यं चापि त्यजाम्यहम् अनाज्ञप्तोऽपि कुरुते पितुः कार्यं स उत्तमः. He says, because the literal meaning of the word putra, son, is the one who protects his father from going to hell. The mother is telling her. Our mothers also blackmail us like this, no? Is this for what I gave birth to you? That you can't even bring a glass of water. You can't even take my.
That was him when he was 4 years old.
You can't even take my plate. You can't even do this. You can't even do that. So all mothers are like that only. Correct? How many times in front of me your mother has said, "Aika, कशाला मला परत परत सांगतेस? Why you tell me again and again? Why don't you tell the brother?" So here, where are we? So she tells Sri Ram that the word putra means the one who helps the father not to enter hell. See? इसका कोई संस्कृत वर्ड भी है पुत्र. I can't remember what the whole etymology is, but it means that the one who protects the father from going to hell. इसीलिए कहा जाता है that the son should pay the debts of the father so that he doesn't go to hell. So she's reminding him that you have to help your father not to go to hell because he has given the vow and he's not able to give consent to those what I am asking. Hearing these words of Kaikeyi, Sri Ram was anguished and hurt as if virtually pierced by a sharp pointed instrument. He said, "O mother," see, this is Samarpan, this is perfect son. Ramchandra ji is perfect son, perfect brother, perfect husband, perfect everything. You may say, perfect husband. Today someone came, he took me out for lunch for one question, two questions. Why did Ram make Sita go through the fire? And why did Ram tell Sita to go to the forest? Because of the washerman. मैंने कहा यार, you ask me this question or similar questions every day and take me out for lunch. मेरी भिक्षा रेडी हो गई और क्या. And for 2 hours we were talking. This was only 2, but afterwards अपना Sanjay. And through 2 hours we were talking different topics. तो हमारा फाउंडेशन ही क्लियर नहीं है ना. We look at it, we are looking at the divine, we are looking at the divine incarnation, whether it be Ram, whether it be Krishna, whether it be Jesus, whether it be saints and sages. How we are looking at them? We are looking at how we look at the world. What is your world? Me, my wife, my husband, my children, my house, my work, my car, my. And what are the saints, sages, and what are the incarnations of those great souls? What is their take of the whole world? Everything is me. There is nothing called mine. There is no individual mind. Everything is me. There is no hatred. There is complete acceptance of everything. So, a common person can never understand how a wise man thinks. A common person, a devotee, can never understand how the Lord thinks. The devotee has to vanish. Only then. But then there is no one to say, now I know how Lord thinks, because devotee is no longer. Can you think? Tell me, next class. Can you tell me in which position your body was lying when you were sleeping? Can you get up and tell me which position you were in? You were on the tummy, or you were on the left side, or on the right side, or your right leg was on the left leg, or left leg was on the right leg? Can you tell? No. And you want to tell God, and you want to know God, and you want to say, you want to see how He thinks? Not possible. Not possible. We have to vanish. Even King Dasharath, father of Sri Ram, he did not get liberation. He did not get liberation. What did he get? He went to heavens. Why? He died out of attachment to Ram. He did not merge into Ram. He died out of pain of separation of Sri Ram. This is one take some people take. I can take it the other way also. But for the moment, this is enough. So Kaikai said, Sri Ram was anguished and hurt as if virtually pierced by sharp pointed instrument. He said, "O mother," see, Vyathita Kaikeim Praha Kim Mameva Prabhashase. Why you are speaking like that? Why did you have to trouble my father with these questions? If you wanted me to do something, don't you feel what do you call? Don't you feel? Don't you feel you have the right to tell me directly? Why it has to come through father? Why you are hesitating to ask me? You should have come to me directly. I would have fulfilled your wishes on behalf of father. If it is something to concern me, you should have come directly to me. I have to, why father has to go through all this? So he says, "Oh mother, why do you talk with me like this today? I can lay my life for my father, drink poison for him, so much so that I can even forsake even Sita, Kaushalya, and kingdom for him. That son who fulfills the desires of his father, even without receiving any express instructions from him, is considered the best among sons." Where are we and where is Sri Ram? Where are we? Thank God I am a daughter. Yeah? Thought going in your mind? Thank God. See, this is the idealistic life that Sri Ram is living. Today it may not, there are people who live like that. There are people who try to live like that. There are people who don't want to live like that. There are people who live exactly opposite to that. I give you all options. In society, you will find all these four types. And those who are following this type of life, they don't advertise. They just live in their own, wherever they are. They are hidden. It's secretly happening in their life. They don't make a hue and cry. Listen, I am telling the truth only. I have never lied. Yesterday in the morning, I saw one video. Three-year-old girl in Rajasthan. In 1.5 months, she studied all the scriptures. And today she's giving talks. Now she's what? She must be 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 11, 12-year-old, between 11 and 13. And someone is interviewing her and trying to put her in difficult situations. She says, I don't know where the mantras come from. When I sit on this is called Vyaspeeth, this seat from where the pravachan is given. And she says, when I start, someone is speaking, I don't know who. The bhajans come, the songs come, the pravachan comes, the right shloka comes. She doesn't think. And she started giving pravachan when she was 3.5, 4-year-old. Now she's 9. Amazing. ऐसे भी हैं. And we are, I don't want to write English. Mathematics, why I have to study mathematics? I don't want to go to school. Well, don't go to school. Study in 1.5 hours, 1.5 months and finish it off. Smart, no? She doesn't go to school. She has not gone to school. Because she has studied all the scriptures and she's got the essence of it. And everything is just pouring out of her. Ramchandraji, when he went to Sage Vashishta's ashram, in 3 days, he studied the entire gamut of scriptures. Krishna Bhagwan, when he went to Sandipani Rishi, 3 days, he studied all the scriptures. Ramchandra studied, Sage Vashishta said, Arey, tere ko to sab pata chal gaya. Now I will outsource my teaching. You teach your sons, your brothers. And Sage Vashishta used to do his other work. In Sandipani also, Krishna Bhagwan used to teach all the other students. And Sandipani used to just sit in meditation. See, so these possibilities are there even today. Last week I gave you the example of that Jain Muni, isn't it? 500 questions and things, and he could remember 500 things. So there are many miracles going on. You will say, hey, this is... I'm going now, on 5th I will be in Alandi. Alandi is... Have you heard of Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj? आपने सुना है? नहीं सुना. ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज, कभी यूट्यूब लेके ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज की मूवी देख लो. वेरी इंस्पायरिंग. That was 760 years ago. He's still alive. He's sitting down there at age 21. He wrote so many scriptures, gave commentary on Bhagavad Gita, wrote few other books, commentaries, and his own experience of realization. Then he says, I achieved everything. At age 21, उसने कहा कि मेरे को बंद कर दो गुफा के अंदर. And he closed. 300 years later, एकनाथ महाराज का नाम सुना है? पंजाबी हो? हाँ, तो गुरु ग्रंथ में आता है ना एकनाथ महाराज का, बाणी आती है एकनाथ महाराज की. तो दैट एकनाथ महाराज had taken ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज as his guru. So he came in his dream कि यार the roots of the tree are strangling me, please come and dig in this place on the side of the river. 300 years later, and he went. So this is now, if you are taking 760 years ago, 460 years ago, Eknath Maharaj Ji was there around Tulsidas time. So he went, he dug, oh, he started dancing. I found my guru, I found my guru, I found my guru. He said, cut all the roots. He says, now I will declare it to the whole world that I found that Jnaneshwar Maharaj is here. He says, you are not doing anything. You are not going to tell the people. But, in front of such a devotee and disciple, he extracts a promise that I will build a temple. So that temple is there today. And he's still sitting down there. जैसे सांप, भालू, polar bear, and frogs, they go into hibernation. They stop their heartbeat, but they're still alive. They have not died. Yogis also are able to do that. So there are few yogis. There is our Jnaneshwar Maharaj, there is our Raghavendra Swami. These are the two famous ones. They are still there. Under the ground, still alive. Means in hibernation. So they have stopped their breath, they have stopped their heart. How? Modern science cannot even imagine that this is possible. तुमने कभी सुना भी नहीं होगा, एक महात्मा थे, अभी भी, अब तो नहीं है. He was Swami Rama from Himalayan Institute in Haridwar, Rishikesh, Dehradun. He was in America, he was on the stage and he challenged the scientists of America, I will stop my heartbeat right now. And on the stage, he stopped his heartbeat. For good 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And afterwards, he started again. So all these things, I'm not saying this to, you can pursue it if you want. But if you die, don't say because of Swami. But these things are possible. So there are many secrets to human being that the modern science also doesn't know. So here, oh mother, why do you talk with me like this today? I can lay my life for my father. And without, even if I don't, he does not tell me directly, you are my mother, you should feel comfortable in asking me. If something my father has promised you, I am his son, I am ready to pay his debts or fulfill his promises. And saying this, Ukta karoti yah putraha samadhyam udharutaha uktopi kurute naiva saputro mala uchyate atha karomi tat sarvam yanma mahapita mama satyam satyam karomyeva ramo dvirna bhibhashate. That son who does anything only after he receives express orders from his father is considered medium. Now he is telling what type of a son one should be. I am none of them, don't worry. पहले अपने आप को बचा लो. हाँ? The son who does anything only after he receives express orders from his father is considered a medium son. And that son who disobeys him is like excreta, fecal matter. तो वो तो बिल्कुल ही गया गुजरा है. Hence, whatever the Father has ordered, wished for me to do, I shall definitely fulfill it. This is the truth. Ram never says dubious, doubtful things. Now, if this is his commitment to his Father. See? So, how are we living our life? Are we living life with that commitment to life? Yes, our scriptures say in Taittiriya Upanishad comes, Matru Devo Bhava, see God in the mother, Patru Devo Bhava, see God in the father, Acharya Devo Bhava, see God in the Guru, and Athithi Devo Bhava, Guru teaches you how to see God in everyone. After seeing God in everyone, now I should not, I'm seeing God in everyone, now mom should not say anything. Is mom not a part of, or father not a part of everyone? You should be able to see that also, no? See? But then there is no partiality. If you grow to that stature, then there is no partiality. Ammachi is the mother of all the beings. She doesn't say, you are my favorite, I will not hug you. Whether you are stinking, have you heard of Ammachi? अमृतानंद में यहाँ शायद अभी ईस्टर में आ रही है क्या? नहीं, not this year, next year I think. She was supposed to come this Easter, but she's not. So when she comes, go and visit, get a hug from her. 15 hours she sits in one place and hugs people. You heard of her. Whether someone is stinking, whether someone has taken shower or not, whether someone is sweating, it does not matter. Her love for everyone is equal. And always a smile on her lips and sparkle in her eyes. देखो. So are we a son? See, normally you are a mother only for your daughter or for the Jagat Mata? She is shy to answer.
I want to be.
You don't have to expand, okay? To cover the whole world. Only mentally. You have to give up attachment to one daughter and one son. Then only that will happen. In that everyone, your son and your daughter will also be included. But that disposition, it cannot come by trying. It can come by surrender to God. Because God is, this Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he was only 21, but everyone used to call him mother. Mauli, 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 he was called mother. From 12 years old onwards, the entire population of Maharashtra used to call him mother. Imagine how much love he must have had for, or an acceptance he must have had for one and all. Educated people, uneducated people, cobblers, chamars, this, all types of people. For everyone, he had the same love. As a 12-year-old. And we, if our child is there and someone else's child there, we will only feed our child. अपनी मम्मी को भेजा, ये तो हमारा प्यार है. देख रहे हो ना कहाँ हमारी गलती हो रही है. That is what is constricting our expansion of consciousness. We must continuously, in and through our life, let everything happen, but one part of your mind must be on the divine. How do you keep it on the divine? Chant his name. If you don't have any preference, chant Om. 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 लगे रहने दो. पीछे देखो क्या है, कौन है. What is the source of this whole creation? What is the source of this? Who is watching the thoughts? Who is watching the breath? Who is watching the waker, dreamer, sleeper? Who created this whole creation? Who is this fellow? Is he outside or is he in? Or is it me as the consciousness? But I can't work out who is me, who is me, who is me. Okay, hold on to the Lord. He will give you the understanding and vision. The potential is infinite. Question is, are we available? Are we available? Why Ramchandra ji became realized? How come Lakshman did not get realized? How come Bharat did not come to have the same disposition as Ram? How come Shatrughna didn't come to that? They did, but I'm just saying, how come? Because they were busy taking care of the world. Ramchandraji was taking care of what is the source when he went looking for the world, looking at the kingdom. So here Ramchandraji says that I only speak the truth, and I will definitely fulfill whatever my father has committed. And what he has committed, we will look at it in our next class. He will, in short, he will say, whatever he said, okay, done, locked in. Bharat wants to become the king, locked in. You want me to go to the forest, locked in. You want me to go with jata and sannyasi clothes, locked in. Now, she is happy, but the king is not. That story, there's lot of hidden things, gems in that. In the rest of the part, we'll discuss that in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.